Morning, dear students. Welcome to Pratibha Classroom. In the part of real numbers, today our topic is rational numbers and decimal expansion. So, you know about the rational numbers. What are rational numbers? The numbers which can be expressed in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0, are called rational numbers. So, let's see one rational number. Now this is a rational number 3 by 8. Just we can change this fractional form into decimal form by dividing 3 by 8. Let's divide this 3. Here numerator is smaller than denominator, that's why we have to put 0 point and put 0 here. How many times? In 38, 3 times of 8 gives 24. Remainder 6. So again put 0 here. How many times? In 60. 8, 7 times of 8 gives 56. Remainder 4. Again put 0. 40. 8 how many times? 5 times of 8 gives 40. So we can get the 0 as remainder. So here 3 by 8 is equal to 0.375. 3 by 8 is equal to 0.375. That's why we can express this fractional form of rational number in decimal form. So this is the decimal form of the given rational number. Let's see another rational number. 1 by 7. So if we divide like this 1 by 7, we can get the quotient as like this 0.14285714285 and so on. So here 3 by 8 is equal to only 0.375. Here 1 by 7 is equal to 0.14285714285 and so on. So there is no ending in the decimal part. Here this is called terminating decimal expansion. So there are only limited number of digits in decimal part, but here there is no ending in the decimal part of the decimal fraction, decimal expansion. So this expansion, this decimal form is called non-terminating, and observe this 142857, again 142857, again 142857. Here these 6 digits repeating. So that's why this decimal expansion is called non-terminating repeating expansion. Non-terminating repeating expansion or recurrent. So we can express every rational number, any rational number, in the form of decimal. So we can get the rational number either having terminated decimal expansion or non-terminating repeating expansion. So one is terminating, another is non-terminating repeating expansion. So every rational number having its decimal expansion. So either terminating or non-terminating repeating expansion. Try to expand these rational numbers and their decimal expansion by 3 by 5 and 2 by 7. So express those rational numbers in the form of decimal. So every rational number having either terminating decimal expansion or non-terminating repeating expansion. First, learn about terminating decimal expansion. Now, we'll learn about this theorem. Let x be a rational number whose decimal expansion terminates, then x can be expressed in the form of d by q, and the prime factorization of q is of the form 2 power n, 5 power m, where n and m are non-negative integers. So first learn about terminating decimal expansion. Let x be a rational number whose decimal expansion terminates. Let x be a terminating decimal expansion. Can you give the example for terminating expansion? 0.375. So what kind of expansion? This is a terminating decimal expansion of a rational number. Terminating, only limited number of digits are there in the decimal part. So x be a rational number whose decimal expansion terminating. Now just convert this terminating decimal expansion in the form of fractional form. How can we convert this decimal number into fractional form? Just write the given digits without decimal point. Write the given digits by how many digits are there in the decimal part? 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros. Write the 3 zeros after 1. So 375 by 1000. So the decimal expansion, for the terminating decimal expansion, the fractional form 375 by 1000. Just we can write this 1000 as the powers of 10. 375 by 1000 we can write as 10 cube. Let's take another example. 1.04. This is also terminating decimal expansion. Can we write this terminating decimal expansion in the form of fractional form? Write the number without decimal by how many digits are there in the decimal part? 1, 2. 2. So 104 by 100. We can write this as 104 by 100. We can write as 10 square. Now another number. 0.0875. So write this. Write the number without decimal. 875 by how many digits? After decimal 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros. 4 zeros. So 875. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros. 10,000. We can write the 10,000 as 10 to the power of 4. Just observe. These are the terminating decimal expansions. So we can write these terminating decimal expansions in the form of fractions. For every fraction, denominator is of the form powers of 10. Now, if we do the prime factorization of these numbers, numerator and denominator. So, prime factorization of 375. Prime factorization of 375. How can we write 375? Prime factorization means prime numbers. What are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. These are the prime factors. What is the first prime factor? Prime number 2. Is the number divisible by 2? No, because it having 5 in its units place. 3 plus 7, 10. 10 plus 5, 15. Yes, 15 is divisible by 3. That's why this number is divisible by 3. 3 in 3 how many times? 1 time. 7. 2 times. 2 3s are 6. Remaining 1. 15. 5 times. So 125. So this 125 is not divisible by 2 and is not divisible by 3. But it is divisible by 5. How many times? In 12. 2 times. 25. 5 times. Again this 25 divisible by 5 times. So 5 is the prime number. So no need to do. So that's why 375 is equal to 3 into 5 into 5 into 5. How many times? 5 cube. That's why you can write the 375 as 3 into 5 cube by 10 cube. So we can write the 10. Prime factorization of 10. What's the prime factorization of 10? 2 into 5. So 10 cube means 2 cube, 5 cube. So prime factorization of numerator and prime factorization of denominator. And just write this. Now 104. Prime factorization of 104. First 2, it is divisible by 2. How many times? 5. 2, 52 times. Again 2. How many times? 26 times. Again 2. How many times? 13 times. 13 is a prime number. So 104 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2. 2 cube into 13. 2 cube into 13. 104 is equal to 2 cube into 13 by 10 square means 2 square into 5 square. So we can write that 10 as 2 into 5 whole square. And for 875. Now 875. 875. Prime factorization of 875. First, it is not divisible by 2. And also it is not divisible by 3. And divisible by 5. In 8, how many times? 1 time. 37. 37. 7 times. Some guys are 35 and 5 times. Again 5 in 17. 3 times of 5, 15 into 5 times. Again 5, 7 times. 7 is a prime number. That's why 5 into 5 into 5. 5 cube into 7 by 10 power 4 means we can write the 10 power 4 as 2 power 4 into 5 power 4. Okay, just observe this fractional form. So, fractional forms of terminating decimal expansions. For terminating decimal expansion, these are the fractional forms. Just we can at the simplest form. Here 5 cube cancel. Only we can write 3 by 2 cube. And here 2 square 2 cube. Here 2 square cancel, 2 times, here 2 times, here 2 3 times. So 2 times cancel, only 1. 1, 2 into 13 by remaining 5 square. Here 5 power 4, 5 power 3. If his 5 power 3 cancelled in 5 power 3 times, so remaining 1 time. So 7 by 2 power 4 into 5. So these are the fractional forms of given terminating decimal expansions. For terminating decimal expansions, just observe the denominators. Only powers of 3 here, powers of 2 here. Sorry, powers of 2. Here only powers of 2. Here only powers of 5. Here powers of 2 and powers of 5. So for terminating decimal expansions, in the fractional form, simplest fractional form, that is p by q form, q is of the form 2 powers of 2 and powers of 5 and both. That means 2 to the power of n or and 2 to the power of m. So these are the denominators. Fractional form of terminated decimal expansion. So that's why for terminating decimal expansions, in the form of p by q, q is of the form 2 power n and 5 power m. 2 power n into 5 power m. So now what we conclude from this theorem? For terminating decimal expansions in the form of p by q, q is of the form either powers of 2 or powers of 5 or both powers of 2 and powers of 5. So this is the first theorem. Let's see the converse of this theorem. So what is the converse? Let x is equal to p by q be a rational number such that prime factorization of q is of the form 2 power n into 5 power m, where n and m are non-negative integers. Then x has decimal expansion which terminates. Let's take a rational number, that is any rational number, that is 8 by 100. 8 by 100. 8 by 100 is a rational number. Let's see. According to this theorem, p by q, here p by q, p is equal to 8 and q is equal to 100. Q is of the form, what is the form of q? Take this q, 8 by prime factorization of 100. What is the prime factorization of 100? 2, 50 times, again 2, 25 times, again 5, 5 times. So 2 into 2, 5 into 5. That's means 2 into 2, 2 square into 5 square. Here observe this, 8 by 100 is a rational number whose denominator is of the form 2 square into 5 square. That means 2 to the power of n into 5 to the power of m. So that's why the decimal expansion of this rational number is terminates. So it has a terminating decimal expansion. So let's see whether it is right or wrong. 800. Here 8 is smaller than 100, that's a 0.0. So again it is smaller than 100, that's why again 0, put 0. In 800, 100, 8 times. 8 into 100, 800. 0. That's why 8 by 100 is equal to, you can write as 0.08, which is terminating decimal expansion. So for the p by q, q is of the form 2 power n into 5 power m. Then it is terminating decimal expansion. So this is the converse of this theorem. Just write these both theorems with examples. You can try another example. Okay, let's learn about non-terminating decimal expansion. Non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. Let's say an example, 20 by 9. Let's see this. Just if we divide this 20 by 9, so express this in decimal form. In 29, how many times? 2 times. 2 times of 9, 18. Remainder 2. Now 2 is smaller than 9, that's why put 0 point and put 0. In 29, how many times? 2 times. 2 times of 9 gives 18. Remainder 2. Again put 0. Again 2 times. 2 times of 9 gives 18. 0. So again 0. Again 2 times of 9 gives 18. Remainder 0. So if we continue in this way, there is no ending of the quotient. So that's why we can 20 by 9 is equal to 2.0. 2, 2, 2, 2 and so on. There is no end. So we can write it 2.2 recurring. So 20 by 9 has the decimal expansion. What kind of decimal expansion? Non-terminating repeating expansion. So recurring expansion. That's why here just observe in this p by q form, if we prime factorize the 9, prime factorization of 9. See the prime factorization of 9. Prime factorization of 9 is equal to 9 2. It is not divisible by 2. That's why go for 3. So it is divisible by 3. 3 how many times? 3 times. Therefore 9 is equal to, we can write as 3 into 3. That means 3 square. That's why we can write that 20 by 9 as 20 by 3 square. Here the denominator is not of the form 2 power m into 5 power m. That's why this is non-terminating repeating expansion. So this is the theorem. Just see the theorem. Let's just once again. So see the theorem. Let x is equal to p by q be a rational number such that prime factorization of q, that means 9, is not of the form 2 power m into 5 power m, is not of the form. So where n and m are non-negative integers, then x has what kind of decimal expansion? Non-terminating repeating expansion, because here it is not of the form 2 power n into 5 power m. There is no 2's or 5's. That's only we having 3's in its denominator. So prime factorization of denominator having only 3's. There is no 5 or 2. That's why we having what kind of decimal expansion? Non-terminating repeating expansion. So you can note that from this we can conclude that for a rational number in the p by q form, if q is of the form 2 power n into 5 power m, if q is of the form 2 power n into 5 power n, it having terminating decimal. It having terminating decimal expansion. But it is not having 2 power n into 5 power n, that is non-terminating repeating expansion, repeating decimal expansion. So by using these terms we can do the next exercise. Okay, let's do the exercise 1.3. Write the following rational numbers in their decimal form and also state which are terminating and which have non-terminating repeating decimal. See the first one, 3 by 8. So first we can express this 3 by 8 in the decimal form. So by dividing this 3 by 8, 3 divided by 8. So here 3 is smaller than 8, that's why 0 point. Put 0 here. In 38, how many times? 3 times of 8 gives 24. So remainder 6. Again put 0. How many times? In 60. 8, 7 times. 7 times of 8 gives 56. Remainder 4. Again put 0. How many times? 5 times of 8 gives 40. Remainder 0. So you can get 0 here. That's why we can express this 3 by 8 we can express this 3 by 8 is equal to, in the form of decimal, 0.375. It is a terminating decimal expansion because there are only limited number of digits in the decimal part, only 375. So that's why this is terminating decimal expansion. Therefore 3 by 8, 0.375 is a terminating decimal expansion. Terminating decimal expansion. Terminating decimal expansion. So by dividing we can conclude that this is a terminating decimal expansion. Now we can conclude without dividing. Without dividing we can conclude this is a terminating decimal. How we can decide? By doing prime factorization. By doing prime factorization of this denominator. What is the prime factorization of 8? 8 2. How many times? 4 times 2. Again 2 times. That's why 8 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2. That is equal to 2 cube. So the denominator is of the form 2 cube. So is of the form 2 power n. That's why in this denominator 8 by 3 by 8 we can write as 3 by 8 means 2 cube. It is having 2 powers of 2. That's why it is having terminating decimal expansion. So next one. What's the given number? 229 by 100. First we can divide to express in the decimal form. 229 divided by 400. So here 229 is smaller than 400. That's why 0.0. 2290. 400. How many times? 5 times. 5 times of 400 is equal to 2000. So remainder 290. Next again put 0. 2900. 2900. 400. How many times? 7 times. 7 times of 400 gives 2800. Remainder 100. Again put 0. In 1000, 400. How many times? 2 times. 2 times of 400 gives 800. Remainder 200. Again put 0. So in 2400 how many times? 5 times. 5 times of 400 gives 2000. Remainder 0. That's why you get the remainder 0. Therefore 229 by 400 is equal to how much? 0.5725. So it is not kind of decimal expansion, terminating decimal expansion. So is a terminating decimal. Terminating decimal. So without division we can conclude by doing prime factorization of 400. So what is the prime factorization of 400? 2. How many times? 200 times. Again 2. How many times? 100 times. Again 2. 50 times. Again 2. 25 times. So it is not divisible by 2 and 3. That's why 5. 5 how many times? 5 times. So these are all prime numbers. Therefore 400 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. How many times? 4 times. That means 2 power 4 into 5 into 5. How many times? 2 times. 5 square. So see this. The denominator having the prime factorization of denominator having powers of 2 and powers of 5. That's why this is terminating decimal. prime factorization of denominator is of the form 2 power n into 5 power m. Therefore 229 by 400 is terminating decimal. Terminating decimal. Here the next problem. 4 1 by 5. 4 1 by 5. So what is it given? 4 1 by 5. We can change this into improper fraction. 4 5s are 20. 20 plus 1 21 by 5. So if we divide in 21, how many times? 4 times of 5 gives 20. Remainder 1.0. 2 times of 5 gives 10. Remainder 0. Therefore 4 1 by 5 is equal to 4.2 is a terminating decimal. Terminating decimal. And also here denominator, prime factorization of denominator is having 5 here. That's why this is the terminating decimal. So fourth and fifth problems, you can do that problem by dividing. You can express those fractions in the form of decimal. Let's do the second model. Without performing division, state whether the following rational numbers will have terminating decimal form or a non-terminating repeating decimal form without performing division. How can we conclude whether it is non-terminating or terminating? So what is the given number? 13 by 3125. So we can do the prime factorization of denominator. Prime factorization of denominator. Denominator. Okay, 3125. First, is the number divisible by 2? No, it is not divisible by 2 because it is having 5. Next 3. 3 plus 1 4. 4 plus 2 6. 6 plus 5 11. So 11 is not divisible by 3. That's why it is not divisible by 3. Next number 5. Yes, it is divisible by 5 because it is having 5 in its units place. That's why 5. In 31, 6 times 6 5s are 30. Remaining 1 12. 2 times. 2 times of 5 10 12 2 625. Again 5 how many times? 125 times. In 125 5 how many times? 25 times. In 25 5 times. So 1 2 3 4 5. Therefore 13 by 3125 is equal to 13 by, we can write the 3125 as 5 power 5. We can express 13 by 3125 as 13 by 5 power 5. The prime factorization of the denominator is 5 power 5. Therefore, it is a terminating decimal form. It is having terminating decimal form. Therefore, prime factorization of denominator is of the form 2 power m into 5 power n. Therefore 13 by 3125 having terminating decimal form. So here 5 power 5. So if the prime factorization of denominator having powers of 2 or powers of 5 or both, then it having terminating decimal form. So let's see the next problem. 11 by 12. So what's the denominator? Prime factorization of denominator. Of denominator. Prime factorization of denominator 12. First 2, how many times? 6 times. Again 2, 3 times. So therefore 12 is equal to 2 into 2, 2 square into 3. That's why we can write 11 by 12 is equal to 11 by 2 square into 3. Observe this prime factorization of denominator. It having 3. That's why it having what kind of decimal expansion? Non-terminating repeating decimal form. Therefore, the prime factorization of denominator, prime factorization of denominator is not of the form 2 power n into 5 power m. Therefore, 11 by 12 having non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. So you can do the remaining problems. You can try the remaining problems.